going on, everybody, and welcome back to another episode of Untamed Outdoorsmen. And today we are back with a small video going over some sunglasses that I purchased for a pretty good deal. So these are the Googan Squad Mondo optics. In particular, they are the Largie lookers, I think. Yeah, Largie lookers. I have never been somebody that brings expensive sunglasses on the water. That's just never been what I've done. I don't want to risk dropping them in the water or having them crack or anything like that. So I've always purchased the $10, $20 like Amazon or Walmart sunglasses. And I decided to do a little bit of a small upgrade, not anything like crazy, but maybe a little bit better than your no-name brand, wicked cheap, under $10 sunglasses. These might be a little bit better than that. So those of you who have been subscribed to us for a while, you'll know that I am usually not the biggest Googan Squad fan. I don't like aimlessly bashing products or aimlessly bashing companies. That's not what this channel is about. However, in my experience with using Googan products, I've used pretty much every Googan product out there. I find that I would say 60 to 70% of the Googan products out there are products that I probably would not buy again. I do think there are some really good ones, don't get me wrong. You know, the Googan Squad Bandito Bug, the Rattle and Chunk. I'm a fan of the regular Scrabble crankbait that they sell. I think it's the Banger, I'm pretty sure. But there are some good products out there, and I'm hoping this is another one of those. So these are the Mondo optics. I'm about probably 4 years too late on making this video because I know that these were popular like 4 or 5 years ago, but I'm buying them now in 2025. Reason being was because I got them on clearance. So that's another reason that I decided to get them. But normally retail, they were about $50. I did pay less than that because they were on clearance at a local store. But these things might be pretty good. So let's take them out of the packaging here. So they do come in a little carrying case. If you're interested in that, they do come in a little case. Probably won't use this case too much, but who knows. And this is not like a review by any means, guys. This is just sort of a try on. But okay, so we have them. So these actually don't look bad. A matte plastic finish on every corner of this. You do have little holes to run a tether behind you if you do want that. You do have a tether to run that behind you. And this is nothing too special. I see made in China right here, but these are polarized sunglasses as well. So pretty cool. You do get the cushions on the back here with a nice strong neon green across the sides, which is always cool. Yeah, these are not too bad. Let's try them on. Oh wow, they take up pretty much my whole face. I don't see any like corners or anything that's not being seen through the sunglasses. I can see everything from the sunglasses. You know, there's nothing on the corners that are not covered. Everything is being covered with these. And these are not too bad. They fit on my face pretty good. They don't fit on my face too bad. These are surprisingly comfortable, but I'm trying to figure them out. I've been rolling around on my head. They don't move on my head. I was a little worried I wasn't gonna love them, but I don't think these are bad sunglasses whatsoever. For the money, they're really not bad. I don't buy super expensive sunglasses when I'm out on the water. I just don't want to risk them dropping in, but I mean, for the clearance price that I paid, these are not bad whatsoever. We'll have to see how they hold up long term, but kind of first impressions a little bit, not bad. I mean, I've definitely had worse sunglasses before, especially the off-the-rack cheap ones at Walmart or whatever. I think as a whole, and this is just my first impressions, I could have a very different review in a year from now, but I think, you know, these are not going to compete with your Ray-Bans or your Maui whatever, your Oakleys, whatever. These are not going to compete with that. But I think these are better than your off-the-rack, super cheap $10, $20 sunglasses that you get from like Walmart or something. These are better than that. They're better than that, not quite up to par with an Oakley or a Ray-Ban. So definitely super small video here, guys. Nothing too crazy to talk about. I do think these are really good for the money. Maybe not $50. Maybe if you get them on clearance, they're pretty good. But they are comfortable on my face. They don't move around too much. And they stay pretty planted on my face. Every corner, all the corners down here, all the corners up here are covered by the glasses. So yeah, these are really not too bad, guys. So hope you guys enjoyed kind of this first impressions, kind of unboxing. You know, this is not a full-fledged review by any means. Maybe in a year or so, we'll talk about them again. But yeah, super small video here, guys. I hope you guys enjoyed. We'll see you next time. And stay tuned for all the future videos and fishing videos where I'm most likely wearing these sunglasses. So yeah, thank you guys so much for watching. See you next time. Thank you.